Is she breathing right now?
No.
Is she bleeding anywhere?
Yes, she's bleeding all over the bed. Because I stabbed her.
What leads a 13-year-old boy to kill his 4-year-old little sister? Please watch the rest of the video to find out. In February 2007, then 13-year-old Paris Bennett from Abilene, Texas, murdered his 4-year-old sister Ella in a premeditated attack. According to investigators, Paris, who was considered highly intelligent and had an IQ of 141, meticulously planned the crime, seemingly as an act of revenge against his mother, Charity Lee. On the evening of the murder, Paris manipulated the family's babysitter into leaving their home, ensuring he was alone with Ella. He then stabbed his sister 17 times while she was sleeping in her bedroom. Paris later admitted to the premeditated nature of his actions, acknowledging that he had contemplated killing his mother, but ultimately decided that murdering his sister would be even more devastating for her. Psychological assessments indicated that Paris had psychopathic tendencies, with the ability to mask his emotions and plan acts of violence without remorse. Paris was tried as an adult and convicted of capital murder. He was sentenced to 40 years in prison, the maximum sentence allowed for a minor in Texas at the time. Charity Lee, Paris's mother, has since become an advocate against violence and has established a foundation in memory of her daughter. She has openly discussed the complex relationship with her son, who remains incarcerated. Shockingly, she has said that she does forgive him. I will now play you a part of an interview that was given by Paris Bennett while he was incarcerated. Please be warned that viewer discretion is advised.
It wasn't like I was crafting a plan to rob a bank where I knew that at this time I'm going to do this, and then at this other time I'm going to do the other thing. I think that a deeper, darker part of me, a part that doesn't express itself in articulate words, I think it knew what it was going to do, and I understand that I'm completely depersonalizing a part of my own mind right now. But I think I understood in an intuitive way that I was going to do something. I was caught up in a current, and I was just being swept along.
He said it wasn't like I was creating a plan to rob a bank, except that's exactly what he did. He had a plan. He had been planning for a long period of time. The babysitter didn't just leave. He coerced the babysitter to leave because he needed the babysitter gone in order to put his plan into action.
It was Super Bowl Sunday. He knew his mother had to work late. He knew he would be alone with his little sister if he could get rid of the babysitter.
There was always a plan.
Yeah.
Once the babysitter had left, there was just you and Ella in the house, and she was asleep at that stage. Is that right? And you take a large knife, and you go into her room, and you stab her twice at the start of this process. When that happened, you could have saved her. You could have called the 911, the emergency services. That moment is very interesting to me about the calculation you made then to continue when you had hesitated and could have spared her.
I remember that. And I remember that it was like I was struggling with myself. And this isn't meant to suggest that I hear voices or that I'm crazy or anything, but it's almost like one part of me was the part of me that knew what I was doing was wrong. It was the part that loved my sister and would have turned the world upside down for her. And the other part was the wounded, twisted, dark part, the part that had been in pain for so long and wanted misery loves company. It was the part of me that wanted to cause pain, to take the pain I had been feeling and give it to someone else. And I remember that even during the time that I was stabbing her, I was struggling with myself to stop. But I just didn't struggle hard enough. I didn't put up a good enough fight against myself. And I remember thinking, once I had started, that it was too late. I couldn't stop. I remember thinking that I have to see it through to the end.
I'd like to to say RIP to Ella Bennett, and I sincerely hope something like this never ever happens again. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, comment and subscribe, as it really helps the growth of the channel.